Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Sports Block. We are here tonight at Mustang Field for the first round of the playoffs featuring the Middle Creek Mustangs and the Sanderson Spartans. I'm PJ Bellantoni. I'll be running play-by-play, and I'm joined by Will Giddis and Taylor Ergo. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing pretty good.
So we're starting this off with Edwards throwing his 3 balls first, and we have Edwards pitching for the Mustangs tonight.
And up for Sanderson is number 10, Adams.
What makes Graham such a good pitcher is his movement on not only his breaking balls, but his fastballs. Lefties have a natural curve on their ball, making it very difficult to track.
As Adams pops that one up, and it is going to be caught to record the first out of this inning. So starting off strong.
That was number 12, David Salmon, out in right field.
And now up for Sanderson is number 8, Willard.
Tell you what, David, out of all the ball players I've seen out here, has one of the strongest arms on the team, which is partially why they have him out in, right field. You want your strongest arm to be able to get it in.
I mean, and he is the quarterback for Middle Creek
football,
so.
It's a strike on the outside corner.
Edwards' second pitch is a ball. So count even now at 1-1.
Looked a little low and outside. Good call.
That one is swung on and hit into the outfield, and it is going to be caught for the second out of this inning. So just 1 out left to go for the Mustangs in this first inning.
Looks like Graham was able to jam in there a little bit. Wasn't able to extend the hands, really get a line drive. It was more of a pop-up, which makes it a lot easier on the outfielders to get to the ball and catch it.
And he's pitched the past 3 games, I think.
Yeah, the past couple games that we've broadcasted.
He's done great.
Yeah, Graham's been on varsity since I believe he was a sophomore.
That was just a little bit outside for Edwards, so that was a first ball.
And now up for Sanderson is number 23, Hardy.
That one is hit foul.
Looks like he was a little behind the ball on that one.
A swing and a miss to record the second strike for Hardy.
Looked like a inside breaking ball by Graham. Started towards the batter, moved away over the plate. Very difficult to hit because it looks like it's about to hit you, and your natural reaction is to get out of the way.
And that one is fair by Hardy. And he is going to get a double out of that hit. And it looked like it was going foul at first, but the umpire said it was fair.
Must have crossed the plate.
Yeah, anything that is on the right of the line after crosses third base, that's considered a fair ball. Tyler Scholler gave all he had, trying to lay out and get the ball. Just went by and was ripped down the line.
And now up for Sanderson is number 12, Silber.
That one is hit foul again. So 0-1 for Silber.
It's a beautiful day for baseball today. The sun is going down, so it's like getting perfect temperature.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not too hot, not too cold.
It was pretty hot when that sun was out.
There's a strike thrown by Edwards, so strike number 2.
Only thing I can say about the weather is that now that the sun's starting to set, shadows, are creeping onto the field, making it a little bit difficult for everybody to pick up the ball, both defensively and offensively.
And that was the third strike for Silber. And that will end this inning for the Mustangs, and they will be up at bat. We will be right back. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the first inning. We have the Mustangs up at bat for the first time of this game.
And up to bat for us is number 21, Tyler Scholler.
Tyler Scholler is a great all-around hitter. He's very good at making contact with the ball, and he's also got some quick feet.
That is fielded by the shortstop and is going to be recorded for the first out. So that will be the first out for the Mustangs at this game.
That was hit well by Scholler, but one hop to the shortstop made it a whole lot easier on him.
And now up from Middle Creek is number 1, Jimmy Boyd. He's the DH for Sal Savarese. Jimmy's also a very powerful hitter.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to see a lot of breaking balls and nothing really in his zone. Don't want to let him get a hold of it. Keep him, deep out in the right field.
A swing and a miss by Boyd on that one to give him his first strike. He has an even count at 1-1.
Looks like the outfield shifted to the right a little bit, and just in case he pulls the ball. So there's a huge gap out in left center field.
That one's thrown a little bit outside the box for Jimmy, so Jimmy's count is 2-1.
Try to bring in a backdoor curveball there.
And the pitcher for Sanderson is number 9, Priester.
He rips that one down the line.
Jimmy rips that one into right field, so he will get a single off that.
And now up to bat for Middle Creek, number 19, Keenan Herring.
Think that of everybody on the team, and the team's fast in itself. Keenan's probably the fastest on the team.
Definitely.
So he
That one's
just squeaks it into the right field there, so he will get a single off that one as Jimmy advances to third on that one. So now we have runners at first and third base.
Yeah, great hustle by Jimmy to recognize the play and turn into get into third base instead of just second base.
And now up to bat for Middle Creek is number 10, Austin Parker.
I was thrown a little bit high by Priester for the first ball for Parker's at-bat.
Wouldn't be surprised if Keenan over on first base was given the steal sign, try and maybe get him to throw it down to second, allowing Jimmy to come in and score.
Parker hits that one on the same spot as Herring, so he will get the RBI off that, and the Mustangs will go up 1-0.
Looks like Coach Thompson put a hit and run into play there. That's when runner on first steals second, and the batter tries to put it into play any way he can.
Now up for Middle Creek, number 12, David Salmon.
Swing and a miss by Salmon for his first strike. And we have a little bit of a pickle going here. And he is tagged out at home plate, so that will put Austin Parker at third base. And I will record the second out of this inning.
That looked like a failed suicide squeeze attempt. The runner's supposed to, the batter was supposed to get the ball, bat on the ball any way he could via bunt, whether it be high, low, in the dirt, in the sky. Anyway, you're supposed to get a bat on the ball, but missed it. Keenan came running home. Picked him out, got him in a pickle, and he was tagged out trying to slide into home. As
Salmon rips that one into center field, and it is
is not caught.
Looks like he bobbled that at the last second, or
Looked like he might have trapped it under his glove.
Yeah.
Maybe one hop and then bounced into his glove. Appeared like he might have caught it, but umpire said that it bounced first, and that is a single.
And Austin Parker came in, and now up to bat for Middle Creek, number 7, Blake Hunley.
so that puts the Mustangs up 2-0 in this game with 1 out left for the Mustangs here in this first inning.
Looks like it's going to be another one of those innings like we had last time, up 3-0.
He is thrown out trying to steal.
Salmon is caught trying to steal on that one. That will end the inning on that. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the second inning as we have Sanderson taking their second swing at the bat.
And up to bat for Sanderson is number 13, Heron.
That was thrown a little bit low by Edwards for the first ball. That one is ripped to third base, and it is going to be thrown. And he stepped off the bag as he caught that, so he will be safe at first base.
You know, great play by Tyler, just sticking with the ball, getting it over to first. Throws a little off target, so couldn't stay on the bag, but definitely good try over at third base.
Now we have the DH up for Sanderson, Smiley, number 24.
That was thrown in the dirt by Edwards. Swing and a miss by Smiley. And Parker throws that one wildly across second base, and number 13, Heron, will advance to third base, on the steal.
Looks like the steal took Austin Parker off guard there because he kind of hesitated a little bit. He didn't go straight from the start. So by the time he realized he was stealing, he had to make an off-balance throw and ended up in center field.
Yeah, he's got to be careful to make sure the pitcher's out of the way, which that's his job, you know, isn't it, to just get out of the way as quick as possible if he hears him stealing?
I don't think it's really his job. It's, always helpful to get out of the way. It's a foul ball down the first baseline.
So the count for Smiley is 1-2. That one is ripped in the center field. It's going to be caught by Herring, and he's going to throw it, and the first baseman will get that. So first and third base will stay as he is. And that is the first out of this second inning.
In a situation like that, you'd actually want a high hit fly ball, gives the runner some time to get back to the bag, collect himself. And maybe the outfielder doesn't have. Yeah, I take that back. It's probably better if it was a pop-up. Line drive, though, so it's easier for him to get under and get some momentum going forward.
Now up for Sanderson, number 20, Delaney.
Swing and a miss by Delaney on his first at-bat for the first strike for Delaney.
Just in case you're confused, these are not their first names, but their last names, so we were not given first names.
These would be pretty weird first names.
That one is ripped foul into the parking lot.
Always a danger parking in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yep, we're out there, right over there.
Benefits of not driving.
That one is thrown a little bit low for the umpire, so that would be ball number 1.
That was real close. I was umpire. That would have been a strike, but we'll keep that between you and me.
He rips that one into the outfield, and that will be his single. So that will advance the runner to home to score their first run of this game, and now the game is 2-1 with the Mustangs up.
I won.
Now up for Sanderson, number 14, Dinsmore.
Edwards threw that a little bit to the left, so that'd be a ball.
That one looked like a strike as well.
Some unagreed calls.
Got to keep quiet though, so the umpire doesn't hear us.
And, a little bit high on that one.
I don't quite know.
I'm not sure, but that is his second ball of his at-bat, so he is 2-0. He rips that one foul again, so his first strike. He is 2-1 in his count. You know, just like we saw a lot of last week too, the trying to pick people off at first base.
There was
We
a
had
lot of that.
A lot of that last week.
It can get obnoxious and even annoying when you do it consistently, but it's always important to keep the runner from stealing, keep him on his toes.
So he attempted a bunt there and he didn't get it there, so that was his second strike. His count is 2-2.
Pulled it back, but the umpire ruled it a strike anyway.
Strike number 3, and he is out. So that records the second out of this inning for Edwards.
Now up for Sanderson, number 5, Langston.
This is the bottom of their order. So going to be big for the Mustangs to put him out, not let the top of the order get up with 2 runners on, if he does get on.
That was almost close to hitting him there, so that'll be the first ball.
A little chin music. He looks like he backed off the plate a little bit.
One is hit to the net right in front of us, so that is the first strike. Trying to pick him off at first again, but no luck.
It's not so much picking him off. You don't expect to get an out when you throw over to first base. It's more of just making sure he does not get a huge lead so he can steal it, as he did there.
And again, Parker tries to catch the steal at second base again, and there is no luck there, so the runner will steal to second base on that play.
Looks like he's slicing everything to the left a little bit. Might have to pull that arm in a little bit.
was just a little bit inside. Ball number 3.
I'd say that was a good call. That was a ball.
As he rips that one with the shortstop. And he is going to get caught in another pickle. And they are going to get him out for the last out of this inning. So Mustangs still up 2-1. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. We have the Mustangs up at bat here to start off this bottom of the second inning.
And up first is number 7, Blake Hunley.
On that last play to get the last out of the inning, when Wakefield was up to bat, Sanderson was up to bat. It was a great play by the shortstop, Diego, to get the out at third base. Now that he juggled it and couldn't get the out at first.
And Hunley is going to pop out in center field for the first out of this inning.
It's heads-up plays like those that win ball games. It's you can have the most talent, the most power on any team, but you have a team who outsmarts the other team, and they're going to win every time.
And now for Middle Creek is number 5, our pitcher, Graham Edwards.
That one was thrown a little bit outside for the first ball. That one is hit up.
Up and away.
And I have a softball update. First round of playoffs for Apex and Wakefield. The final score is Apex 4, Wakefield 0.
That one was a ball thrown by Priester. Another ball thrown by Priester there. It's for the count at
3-1.
3-1. Sorry, the scoreboard didn't update when I was trying to talk. And Priester will walk Edwards on that, so he will go to first base.
The field is almost entirely immersed in shadow right now. There's little pockets out in right field where the sun's still shining, but for the most part, we're playing in shade.
And now we have number 6, Lance Biesdorf, running for the pitcher, Graham Edwards.
That's it between you two bodies. Either way, it works.
The main one is in the middle.
Now to bat for Middle Creek's number 2, Colin Pelosi.
That is hit again on the net right in front of us for the first strike. 0-1 is Pelosi's count.
Pelosi, obviously not the biggest guy on the team. Very fast, though, able to get on base. Utility definitely for this team to advance runners, get base hits where they need them.
And he is hit by that pitch, so he will take his base at first. So now we will have runners at first and second base.
Doesn't look like Colin did a spectacular job getting out of the way. Looked like he might have wore that one on purpose. As I say, got to take one for the team.
Now for Middle Creek, number 4, Diego Herrera.
Diego is actually a freshman, the only freshman on varsity. Our original shortstop, Brett Willie, got injured earlier in the season, and we had to call him up. And from what I hear, he's been doing quite a good job filling in.
Yeah, he's been doing great.
So you hit that off the
Very tip of the bat.
So that is a foul ball for Guerrero's first strike. He rips that one into left field, and it looks like it's going to be caught. So we will still have runners at first and second base for the second out of this inning.
That's farthest ball hit all. Well, it's only been 2 innings, but farthest ball hit so far.
Now we're back up to the top of the lineup. Number 21, Tyler Schuller.
I thought that ball was going to go 360 feet for a second, so it looked good.
Well, the high school baseball commission actually changed the type of bat you can use, and with the bats that they're making us use now, there's not as much pop. It doesn't go off the bat as hard as it normally would. So had we been using traditional bats as we did last year, that one probably would have went out.
And Scholler hits that one to second base, so he will get thrown out at first, and that will end this inning for the Mustangs. So Mustangs up 2-1 still, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back to the top of the third inning. We have the Spartans leading off here.
Starting off with number 10, Adams, top of the lineup.
He swings and a miss on that first pitch.
Looks like we got a pretty good crowd out here. Both sides of the fence are, both the stands are filled with people, which is what you like to see. Baseball's not the most popular sport in the school, but it's nice to see everybody supporting each other.
Very true.
That was thrown a little bit high by Edwards for the first ball. That one is hit into the parking lot again for the second strike.
Always a gamble when you're parking in the parking lot.
Yep.
And CMB Club and Sports Block would like to thank the generous support of our sponsors. Without your contributions, Mustang Athletics wouldn't be possible. Thank you.
And Edwards hits him on that pitch, so he will take his base at first. And we now have runners at first.
Looked like he turned into that one a little bit, trying to get hit maybe.
Now we have number 8, Willard, up to bat.
Just rips.
Oh, good job. You go.
And he's going to get caught out with a double play on that one. Looks like the shortstop came all the way over there to get that, to tag him out at second and then throw it to first. That was a great play by Guerrero.
It's the freshman. That's a definitely a great play to go get that ball up the middle and then get up, tag the base, and throw him out at first. Looks like the third base coach is going to go out and talk to the first base umpire. Maybe he didn't like the call over at first.
And it looks like all the suns went down across the field. No more shadows.
Definitely makes it a little bit easier on everybody, but it's getting to that time where it's dusk and the lights haven't totally taken into effect, so the ball might be a little darker in the sky than usual.
We're very fortunate to have lights on our field at all. I know some high schools don't, and they have to have early games every single time.
Yeah, definitely. Athens Drive being one of them.
And
They have time limits on their games. They have to rush. With Middle Creek, we have no problem with that. I believe the lights were a donation from one of the light companies. I don't know the name exactly, but if I remember, I believe these are donated lights.
That's pretty awesome. And now up for Sanderson, number 23, Hardy.
That one was a little low, thrown by Edwards, so first ball for Hardy. And that one was thrown a little bit high. The second ball.
There are 2 outs in the inning, so Graham's making it go down 1-2-3.
And he hits that one into the center field, and that should be caught by Herring for the last out of this inning. And that will end this inning. The Mustangs still up 2-1 in this game. And we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the third inning. We have the Mustangs getting ready to take the swings at their bat.
Now up for Middle Creek, number 1, Jimmy Wood. He is the DH.
And that was thrown a little bit high. It'll be his first ball for Boyd. That was thrown a little bit low, or a lot low, by the pitcher for ball number 2. And that one is the third ball for Boyd at his at-bat.
Jimmy's the type of batter where you don't want to, give him a free pass to first base because he's quick as well as powerful, but you kind of want to pitch around him, not give him anything that he can really get a hold of.
And that will be his 4th ball, so he will take first base.
Now up number 19, Keenan Herring.
I might try to pull the hit and run again because I know definitely they practice that a lot during their practice is very important to master that skill of the hit and run.
As he hits that one in the parking lot.
The
again.
other parking lot over by the school. I think if there's a lesson to be learned here, it's just don't drive a car or bring it anywhere near Mill Creek.
He hits it the same foul area, so that is his second strike.
Almost takes out a golf cart and a coach in the process. Everybody's okay.
So Herring's count is 0-2. As that one was just a little bit high, so ball number 1 for Herring.
Maybe trying to get him to chase a little bit, pop it up. Jimmy's not getting a huge leave it over at first base.
And that was thrown a little bit low, so the count is now even at 2-2. The shortstop drops it, so Herring will get a single off that on the error by the shortstop. So now we just have runners at first and second base.
In the scorebook on plays, errors made by the fielders, it will technically, when they announce that would technically be, it wouldn't count as a hit. Let me put it that way.
This would be like an error for the.
Yeah, you'd put, like in the scorebook, you'd put E6 if the shortstop bobbled it, and they wouldn't get credit for a hit, so overall they wouldn't have another one in the hit column. Looks like the coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, as Coach Thompson, our coach, is going to talk to our runners at batters, maybe get a little play brewing.
The Mustangs still up 2-1 in this game. No outs in this inning, so they were in a good position right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now up, number 10, Austin Parker.
A little bit thrown to the right by the pitcher, so that is a first ball. Just thrown a little bit high by Priester for the second ball. Swing and a miss by Parker for the first strike. And his count is 2-1.
Hard to tell, but that looked like it might have been a ball, a little bit off the outside corner.
That's thrown to the right by Priester for the third ball.
No, runners on first and second are both pretty fast, so if Austin hits it hard enough, maybe we'll get a run in.
And
He hits that one up.
eventually he got out of play on the other side of the fence, so no play was to be made. But had they caught it on the foul ball line, then the runner at second base would easily have been able to tag up and advance to third base.
So full count for Parker.
A throw back over to second base, keeping Jimmy on his toes.
And Parker rips that one to the third baseman. And he tried to throw it to second base, but he could not handle that. So Boyd will score on that one to put the Mustangs up 3-1 in this game.
What happened right there was the third base tried to get a glove on it, and he managed to, but it hit off his glove, and the shortstop tried to pick it up and make a play over at second base, but ended up throwing it into right field. So the runner that started on second scored. Keenan, who was over on first, advanced to third, and Austin was able to get to first base safely. So no outs. Middle Creek scored, and now up to bat is number
12, David Salmon.
Salmon tries to bunt that one, and it is foul. That one just crossed the line.
Looked like maybe another squeeze / bunt attempt, but it was hit down the third base line, so Keenan didn't want to take that risk of maybe hitting the ball over the catcher, picking it up and tagging him with no problem. So stayed in place, but eventually went foul, so none of that mattered.
It's gotten quite chilly out here. I don't know about you guys.
No, I'm fine. You're just cold.
Oh, well, I think it's pretty chilly. It turned out really pretty, but it's still chilly.
Throwing a little bit high. The first ball. That one was thrown in the middle for the second strike of Salmon's at-bat.
Looked like a backdoor curveball, started over a little bit outside and broke over the middle of the plate. That may have looked like a balk, but actually under the rules that's illegal. Right-handed pitchers are allowed to fake the third, and they do not have to throw it anywhere, so that was okay.
I haven't seen many balks at all this season.
And he's going to be safe at first after that throw to second base to get Parker out for the first out of this inning.
The shortstop for Sanderson, has made some bad throws, but he's definitely, you can tell he's athletic. He knows what he's doing, just hasn't been able to execute some of the things he wants to perform. Did a good job there.
Now for Middle Creek, number 7, Blake Hunley.
Just throwing a little bit to the right. So ball number 1.
Middle Creek's gone up 4-1, so Sanderson's going to have to start putting some points up on the board if they want to stay in the game. Granted, it's early in the game, but it's very easy to pull away with the game when the other team's not scoring.
Yeah, I definitely see some improvement in the batting in Middle Creek over the past couple games. They were having a hard time hitting, and they've been doing pretty good tonight.
I definitely think that's thanks to the coaches. They put a lot of time both on the field, off the field, helping everybody on the team develop their batting, base running, fielding, everything they can do. So definitely a hand to the coaches.
So Hunley's count is 2-1. 2 outs left for the Mustangs here in this inning.
And it doesn't only take coaching. The players have to be motivated, and I would say everybody on this baseball team is motivated to get deep into the playoffs, do the best they can, get better.
As the right fielder catches Hunley's line drive, excuse me, to record the second out of this inning.
Now up for Middle Creek, our pitcher, number 5, Graham Edwards.
So runners at first base. It's thrown just a little bit high by Priester for ball number 1 for Edwards. And it is popped up into left field to be the easy catch to end the inning And Mustangs up 4-1 now with a pretty good lead, just to keep that going. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the start of the top of the fourth inning. And the Spartans will be leading off here.
And I have an update, a baseball update. Wake Forest Roseville and East Chapel Hill had just played, and Chapel Hill was the first seed, and they got upset by Wake Forest Roseville. The ending score was 11-6, and the winner of this game will be playing Wake Forest Roseville. So that was a big upset there.
And whoever wins this game will be playing the 15th of May. That'll be next Tuesday.
Yep.
Hunley gets the line drive. That was hit by Silber to get the first out of this inning.
Yeah, balls like that hit down the line. They usually will start hooking towards the foul line. So good job by Blake to get over to the foul ball line, or get over to the ball and get under it to make sure you can make a play.
And, going back to that game too, that was a really big upset. To upset the number 1 seed in the first round of the playoffs.
And I love how the playoffs work like that. How it's usually, isn't it usually the top of the, like the first seed and then like one of the lower seeds that play each other well?
Yeah, usually it'll be like if there are 10 teams in a bracket, it'd be like 1 versus 10, 2 versus 9.
Yeah.
Seeding wise.
And I don't know, I just kind of personally like that because if it's usually the underdogs, they always have a chance to come back in the playoffs and get like a huge win against the first seed.
Well, the counter argument to that is that it gives some of the not so great teams maybe a shorter visit because you're placed up against the best team in the division and can end very early without facing some of the teams maybe on their skill level.
As Heron hits that one foul, he has an even count at 2-2. So 2 outs left to go for Edwards in this inning. Mustangs still up 4-1. So full count for Silber, Heron.
And another foul ball out to the parking lot of death.
Yeah, it's very dangerous parking out there. I have never parked back there. Heron hits that one to Salmon on the line drive to record the second out of this inning. And Mustangs seem to be rolling now.
Yeah, Sanderson's making good contact with the ball, but, Middle Creek's defense just keeping solid, getting everything in, catching anything they can, fielding anything they can, and they've really done a great job.
They seem to be just hitting it right to him.
Not even that. David had to go run and catch that ball. They're just hustling and getting to the ball and making the outs.
And that was close.
Not to me. I'm on the other side of the table, but luckily there's a net between us and the batter, so No harm, no foul. Well, there was a foul,
That
but
was
there was no foul.
so
There was no
foul
harm.
ball. So 0-1 is the count for
That was a brisk fastball on the inside.
Smiley. His count is 0-2 now. Just throwing in the dirt by Edwards for the first ball.
That one looked like it might have crossed the plate at strike and ended up a foul or a ball, but umpire called it a ball, so it's a ball.
A lot of disagreements tonight, but that's what it's all about. And Smiley's going to pop that one up, and he's going to catch it for the last out of this inning, and kind of scared us for a second. Looked like he didn't catch it. But that will end that inning. Mustangs still up 4-1, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Mustangs taking bat here.
And up to bat for Middle Creek is number 2, Colin Pelosi. And I also have a softball update. Wake Forest Roseville has beat Lee County 2-0. And Wake Forest Roseville will play the winner of the Middle Creek versus East Chapel Hill game. So
This is softball, by the way.
this is softball. And we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully it'll be Wake Forest Roseville and our Middle Creek softball team.
As Pelosi made contact with that, and it's going to roll into the road.
It's one of the top causes of accidents in North Carolina. Baseballs in the roads serve as a major safety hazard.
Is that sarcasm?
Yes, I've never heard of anybody crashing because of a baseball.
I was watching a softball game one time, and the ball hit the rearview mirror, like, head on. It was crazy.
Pelosi hits that one into center field, and he is going to advance to second base, so he will get a double off that great hit.
Yeah, definitely a hard hit ball right up the middle. Started curving towards the right center gap and got both, landed in between both of them, so I had to run and go get it. And he ends up with a stand-up double.
Now up, number 4, Diego Guerrero.
You know, the bottom of our lineup has been performing excellent. He just got that hit right there, and Diego had that line drive out into deep left field last at bat.
As the ball went through the second baseman, and Pelosi advances to third base safely on that one, but
It looked like the catcher tried to pick him off over there at second base, maybe getting too big of a lead. Throws the ball down there. I don't think the shortstop or second baseman were really expecting it, so guys gets by both of them. Lucky for them, the center fielder was paying attention.
so 1-0 for Guerrero on his at-bat. Thrown a little bit to the right by Priester for the second ball.
And another foul ball into the parking lot of
And
death. It actually hit a car this time.
It hit
Ooh.
the roof of a car. That's not good.
Parking lot of death. I like that.
I feel it's suiting. I mean, any students who park there during the school day, they get a ticket. You park here for the baseball games, you get hit with a baseball. There's no winning in that parking lot.
Except you don't have to walk very far because that's why we park there.
What cost, though?
Guerrero rips that one right past the pitcher. And he's going to advance to first, and he's going to bring Pelosi home to put the Mustangs up 5-1 in this ball game.
Yeah, definitely putting up some insurance runs. Never hurts. Looks like Middle Creek might start running away with this one as they have a runner on first with no outs.
Now we're back up to the top of our lineup with number 21, Scholler.
I know during the regular season, middle baseball will put in effect a mercy rule if they are up by 10 by the 5th or 6th inning. I'm not sure if that is the case for playoffs.
Can't remember.
So 0-1 is the count for Schollers.
Looked like a curveball that broke out in front of the plate.
He was throwing a little bit high on that one for the first ball. He hits that one foul. His count is still 1-2.
The ball started off like it was about to hit Tyler, but broke out kind of towards the inside part of the plate. Great job sticking with it. Looks like the pitcher's getting a little flustered out there.
So Scholler's count is even at 2-2.
That was a close one over at first base, trying to keep Tyler on his, Diego over on his toes.
The shortstop makes a great diving catch, but isn't able to throw it in time to catch him at second base. So runners at first and second base.
I'm definitely impressed with their shortstop. He's showing off great hustle, has a great glove. Just hasn't been able to, pick up the ball or make a play after these amazing, diving catches and fielding the ball.
It looks like the coach is going to make a confrontation with the pitcher, try to get his thoughts through his head and see what's going on.
Actually, looks like they're going to take him out of the game.
And it looks like we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just had to take a quick break for a pitcher change. And the pitcher is number 13, Heron.
And I have some baseball updates. Apex is up 2 against Jordan. It's Apex and Jordan. Apex is up by 2. Jordan has 1 in the 4th. Garner and Rose. Garner is down 0. Rose is up 6 in the 3rd. Ashley and Nightdale. Nightdale 0. Ashley 5 in the 5th.
And Boyd rips that one to the center field. And he is going to get to second base, and he is going to score Guerrero on that play to put the Mustangs up 6-1. And there's still no outs in this inning.
Yeah, nice line drive by Jimmy into the left center gap, able to get a stand-up double with an RBI.
Now up number 19, Keenan Herring.
That one was thrown right in the middle by the new pitcher, Heron, for the first strike.
Remember that all of our broadcasts are archived. You can always go back and check out that great play at sportsblock.net.
And was thrown a little bit right by Heron for ball number 1. Count is even at 1-1.
Nice job by the catcher spearing that, making sure it doesn't get back to the backstop.
Thrown a little bit low. So Herring's count is 3-1. He is caught swinging on that one.
That would have been ball 4.
So his count now is full. That was thrown to the right, so he will take first base. And now we have runners on. We have a loaded bases loaded.
Yep.
Yeah, I just couldn't see Jimmy on that one.
Yeah, definitely a good situation for the Middle Creek. We're up by 5. We have no outs, and our number 4 hitter, number 10, Austin Parker, is up to bat.
That was a right down the middle for a strike. He is caught swinging on that one for strike number 2.
So Austin goes down on 3 strikes right there.
And it's still the first out of this inning.
You can see right here.
Now up to bat number 12, David Salmon. And I have a Middle Creek softball update. They have defeated East Chapel Hill and will play the Wake Forest Roseville Cougars on Tuesday in the second round of the 4A playoffs.
He throws that one right down the middle for the first strike of Salmon's at-bat.
Zale's throwing these right down the middle. He's making pretty good pitches. Most of his pitches have been breaking balls or sliders, and he's really been getting the balls out over the plate, but not leaving them over the plate, if that makes sense.
A swing and a miss by Salmon on that for the second strike.
Count is 1-2.
He hits that one in the other direction this time.
Luckily, not into the parking lot
Of death.
Of death.
of death.
And he hits it foul again into the other baseball field, or softball fields.
We can call it the softball field of death.
I don't know that I'd want to play on the softball field of death. It's one thing to park in the parking lot of death. It's another to play on the softball field of death.
Swing and a miss by Salmon for strike number 3. And that will bring the second out of this inning.
The pitcher for Sanderson is doing a great job of damage control here. He came in with a bad situation. I believe he only gave up 1 run, but he's getting the Middle Creek batters to fish and chase after some balls, maybe low or a little bit outside.
Now number 7, Blake Hunley up to bat.
A little bit of chin music right there.
Yeah, he was trying to go. I don't think he was trying to go head hunting on that one, but it was close. Just throwing a little bit low for the second ball. 2-0 is the count.
Good discipline by Blake not going after that one.
Ball number 3 for Hunley.
That's one of the things you don't want to do as a pitcher is walk in a run with the bases loaded.
That'll be the first strike for Hunley. His count is 3-1.
I definitely give him the pace on in that one.
He will strike him, or
No, it's only strike 2.
Excuse me, that was strike number 2. He has a full count now. Excuse me. And he's going to hit that one right to the pitcher, and he will throw that to first for the final out of this inning. And Mustangs up 6-1 and just playing great. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 5th inning, where the Spartans are leading off.
We have a new pitcher for Middle Creek, Jordan Toller, number 17.
Jordan is a sophomore. He was called up to varsity this year. He's a right-handed pitcher, doesn't throw quite as hard as Graham. So maybe Sanderson's looking to get some new looks here, maybe get some runners on base.
And up for Sanderson is number 20, Delaney.
And he hits that one foul. It looks like it hit another car. I heard that one all the way over here. That did not sound good.
Death.
The parking lot of death.
Tell you what, not the best day to be bringing out your 63 Ford Mustang.
Oh, nice.
That was a strike in the count now for Delaney, excuse me. Is 1 and 2. That one is hit foul.
And I have an amazing update from Middle Creek and East Chapel Hill game, softball. They won 21-5 and scored 12 in the first inning, which is kind of amazing. They
Kind
left
of.
after 5 innings, so playoff games can end early by the run rule. But, yeah, 12 in the first inning.
That's amazing.
I can only imagine the opposing team's coach response to that. Not quite sure how you motivate your players after going down 12-0 in the first inning.
That might be a really bad way to end your season, too.
Yeah.
You know what? We won. Not our problem.
And I also have a lot of baseball updates. Fuquay Arena and Riverside are playing. Fuquay Arena is up 8 and Riverside down 0 in the 5th.
And that one is back in the parking lot of death again.
As I was saying, Fuquay Arena is one of the powerhouses in the Tri-9 Conference. Every year it feels like we're competing with them, so definitely a rivalry type setup.
Them and Holly Springs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So that will record the first out of this inning. Sanderson is down 6-1.
And now that Fuquay is up 8, to Riverside, it's a good chance that we might see them somewhere in the playoffs if we keep going.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
also, in the Apex and Jordan game, Apex is up 2, and Jordan 1 in the end of the 5th.
Throw a little bit low by Towler for the first ball. It is getting a little cold out here now that you said that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you both are just cold and fine.
It's comfortable.
Let me go ahead and slip another baseball update in there. Hoggard and West Johnson. Hoggard is up 7, West Johnson 4 in the 7th.
Looks like it got past the third baseman's shoulder on that play, just squeaking to the left field, to put a runner at first base.
Not a huge deal. We're up by 5. Perfect opportunity for a double play, especially with their number 9 batter up, Langston. Number 9, I'm sorry.
Trying to tag him out at first base, no luck. It looked like a strike, but it was a
little bit
a
inside.
ball. Yeah, just a little bit. It's a ball. And he's going to hit that one foul, but off the fence. So strike 1 for Langston. So he has an even count at 1-1.
This isn't Major League Baseball. We don't have an unlimited supply of baseball, so eventually somebody's going to have to go get these balls either out of the car's windshield or from the woods.
I'm sure you'll find about 6 of them in one of the car's windshields.
And somebody's bad day, it's going to be in the same windshield.
Yeah, I
Or
found
one in the back and one in the front.
Oh, unlucky day.
I'd say so.
That was a wild pitch thrown by Towler, and the runner will advance to second, so runners at second.
As Sanderson puts a runner in scoring position, still not much of a threat. We have a 5-run lead, and our offense has been producing, so I don't see there being a very big opportunity for us to blow the game here.
But then again, they can't let down their guard at all.
Oh, definitely not.
Sometimes they do, and there goes the game.
Right under you, under you. Behind you! Come on, help them out there, guys!
Because I wanted to say something that the ball was behind the catcher, but I did not want to deafen our listeners here. Looked like got by him, thought it maybe went back to the backstop, couldn't locate it. Runner realized this and advanced to third. Austin was looking around dazed, trying to find the ball.
I give a lot of credit to catchers to rip that mask off as fast as they can and search for the ball. They really just can't locate.
Almost killing their third base coach right there on that line drive down the line. Didn't seem like he even flinched, though, having nerves of steel.
Oh, they're probably used to it.
Oh, yeah. So it's a dangerous position. I mean, there have been minor league coaches who have actually died from a baseball coming off the bat and hit him right in the head. So next time you're at your son's Little League baseball game, don't be so quick to volunteer for third base coach.
So Langston's count is full.
So another baseball update. Hoggard and the West Johnson game is over. It was an upset. Hoggard scored 8, West Johnson only 4, and West Johnson was number 1 seed.
Towler gets him swinging on that one to record the second out of this inning.
It's actually Jordan pitching. Did you say Tyler?
I said Towler.
It's Toller. Sorry.
Towler.
I'm sorry. It sounds like Tyler. So Tyler's our third baseman.
Going back to the other baseball games, there's been a couple upsets already tonight. I'm kind of surprised. That just shows you just don't know what's going to happen.
Or, yeah, anything can happen in high school sports and college sports.
Major League Baseball, too. You have teams that have a losing record, maybe 10 wins all year, come back and win a team that has over 100 wins all year. So it's a very unpredictable sport.
So Adams' count is even at 1-1.
Stuck on that name.
You know, baseball is a sport where you're set up to fail. I mean, if you're a batter and if you get a hit 3 out of 10 times, you're considered to be pretty good. You get on base 4 out of 10 times and you're a legend. It's a game set up for failure, and I think at this level, most kids have realized this, and getting on base 3 out of 10 times, while some coaches may not, think that's the greatest. In pro baseball, that's pretty good.
Exactly.
So Adams' count is even at 2-2 with 2 outs in this inning.
Yeah, there's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We've scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth.
A lot of 2s.
Jeez.
Also, Sanderson has 2 errors.
Oh. Don't you do that thing, or a lot of MLB players rub the side of their hats and then flick it off?
Also, Colin Pelosi, number 2, is at second base.
Oh my gosh. Little meeting on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, he's just probably trying to calm Jordan down, trying to maybe talk to him about the situation. We're up by 5. There should be no pressure on him. Just need to settle down, let your defense make a play, and get out of the inning.
Yeah, if he can get through this inning, it'd be like a weight lifted off his shoulders, just kind of like, I'm done with this inning.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been a terrible inning, and I think what Coach Thompson's trying to say is that there isn't anything on his shoulders, that there's not much pressure even if this run scores. So just go right at the batter.
Still up for Sanderson, number 10. Top of the lineup, Adams.
Swing and a miss for the last out of this inning, and that will end it for Towler with the Mustangs up 6-1. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mustangs taking their at-bat.
Okay, now it's cold out here.
It's still not cold.
You guys can't deny
I'm
it's
not
not cold out here.
I'm not cold.
I'm a little chilly.
I'm nice and energetic about this ball game. You guys need to get pumped up, stand up, do some jumping jacks.
I can't do that. I would disrupt our listeners.
We don't need you. Stand up, do some jumping jacks, sit back down.
Now up to bat for Middle Creek, number 17, our pitcher, Jordan Toller.
And into the parking lot of death once again.
You know what? This is not a bad time for me to open up a car repair shop. This seems like the best time to open up any business.
Ooh.
Oh, second pitch that almost hit him.
And that one was very close.
Yeah.
He is lucky he ducked out of the way there.
He's laughing about it.
Yeah, nobody likes getting hit by a baseball, especially cars.
That is true. So Toller's count is even at 2-2.
So softball update: after 4.5 innings, Fuquay Arena is up 10-1 on Riverside, and Riverside has had 8 errors, so that's why it's 10-1.
As Jordan grounded out for the first out of the inning. I think he would have taken that ground out over getting hit by the ball, though. So, win
Any
for
day.
him.
Any day. Not for Middle Creek, number 2, Colin Pelosi.
That one hit the net right in front of us again for the first strike for Pelosi.
And Apex Baseball is now up 4-1. A win might get the entire Pack 6 done in the first round.
That's another conference similar to the Tri-9, just Pack 6.
Oh.
As Pelosi strikes out on that one for the second out of this inning.
Looked like both him and the crowd did not appreciate that call, but then again, we're up by 5, so nothing to worry about.
Now up number 4, Diego Guerrero.
As he is going to rip that one past the shortstop to get a single out of that. So he gets a single.
Middle Creek has just been pounding the crap out of that hole in between short and third base. Everybody's been hitting it, in that same region, and it seems like almost every inning the shortstop's diving for the ball. And, props to Diego. He's a freshman. He's getting, numerous hits. He's producing. Great characteristics, especially for a, probably going to be rising leader of this team.
He has very good talent for a freshman.
We're now back up to the top of our lineup with number 1, Scholler.
21.
21. Sorry.
It's all your fault.
And that one skipped past him. Skipped past the catcher, excuse me. And then Guerrero advances to second base off the wild pitch by Heron.
That was a check swing by Tyler Shoulder, and it was called strike.
Scholler hits that one into the right field, and he will catch that to end the inning. And Mustangs still up 6-1 with a really comfortable lead. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Walk. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 6th inning with the Spartans of Sanderson leading off.
And up for them is number 8, Willard.
Hey guys, Mother's Day's coming up. If she's in attendance to this baseball game, odds are she needs a new windshield. So stop by, pick one up. I'm sure she'll love it. Always great to be thoughtful for your mother.
Whoa.
And that
Good Lord.
almost hit me right in the face. So
The net was a magical invention.
I love this net.
So foul.
And that one is going to be fair. On that one, he's going to advance to second, so he will get a double off that.
It was a great place to hit it right down third base line, but still stayed in.
As Sanderson's crowd maybe getting a little energetic, I feel kind of obligated to point at the scoreboard, but we'll let them get excited.
Well, we're not biased here at the Sports Block.
I like to think so.
And another playoff update. Ashley beat Nightdale 5-1.
A lot of the ball's coming close to us now. It's kind of scaring me a little bit.
Never mind. Just there's a brick wall and a net in front of us. I'm not threatened in the least bit, but
But hopefully
hopefully it doesn't break. You know what? If a baseball penetrates brick, then kudos to the pitcher for throwing that hard.
Yeah, good job. I mean, you kind of got it past the catcher, but you know what? Great.
It probably put a hole through the catcher's hand, let's be honest here, if it can penetrate brick.
So Hardy is up for Sanderson.
Count
count
is
is
2-0.
2-0. Thank you.
No, it's 2-0.
So Hardy's count now is 3-0.
Looks like Middle Creek's starting to get some bullpen activity, maybe sending, looks like Jimmy Boyd out there.
And he's going to walk to first base. So now runners at first and third base.
Looks like the catcher's going to go talk to Jordan. He just walked that batter on 4 pitches, and that's typically not a good sign.
Softball update. West Johnson beat Rose 2-0. And now up for Sanderson is number 12, Silver. Toller still pitching.
Looks like number 10, Austin Parker's going to call a play. Usually these plays are just talking about where they want to throw it on first and third. There's multiple things you can do. You could throw it down to second and nail him if he steals, and which allows the runner on third to score. But in a situation where we are not worried about runs, we're probably going for the out at second base.
And that was a great play by Parker to stop the ball from going back and being a wild pitch to just contain it and not be a wild pitch.
Yeah. There's a bleacher right behind this. Somebody looked like they hit it. Looks like the Austin Parker's going to talk with Jordan once again.
So Silber's count now is 2-0.
Looks like Tyler has some words to say to Jordan too. Some words of encouragement. Sanderson has some bullpen activity. Looks like it's number 20, Delaney. The runner on first stole, and it was a ball in the dirt, so whatever play they had called wouldn't have mattered since he bobbled it a little bit. Count is now 3-0.
Looks like Coach Thompson's going to call time to go in.
Looks like they're going to swap pitchers. Well, he hasn't motioned for the bullpen yet, so maybe not.
Yeah, he might just be calming him down a little bit more.
He also might be buying time for Jimmy to get a few more reps in before he comes out on the mound. Okay, now I admit it is a little bit chilly out here.
Thank you. It is cold.
It is not cold though, it is
It's
chilly.
cold. A little
bit
If
chilly.
anything, it is nippy.
I mean, the weather that we've had has been gorgeous and like blazing hot. So this is just kind of like a little weird.
Hopefully it stays like that for tomorrow.
Yeah, Middle Creek's prom is tomorrow, and the weather looks like it's going to be awesome. And we're very fortunate because I know that last weekend
Athens had a prom, and it was rainy, and
pretty much the whole night. So it was
The whole night.
impossible to like take pictures or anything. So
And just a reminder to all you ladies out there, I still don't have a date for prom. So if you are a junior or a senior, I am accepting applications.
that's a great way to ask for a prom date.
Mail-in offers only.
so Silver's count is 3-0, and the first strike for him. So his count now is 3-1. I was just thinking about that. It's gonna be kind of hard to find a prom date the day before prom.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
You know what? As a sophomore, I have 2 more years.
Ooh.
And looks like wow.
And Salmon has a great throw all the way to home plate.
Unfortunately, he dropped that ball, allowing the runner on third to score easily. The throw was amazing. It was on a line straight to home plate all the way from right field. But, drop that ball. Can't really redeem yourself from that. And looks like Coach Thompson's going to come out and make a pitching change.
And we'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. I think. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just doing a quick pitching change. We now have Boyd pitching for the Mustangs.
And while we were at break, I received 18 text messages asking me to go to prom. So you ladies are you're running out of time. Oh, here comes another one.
So now up to bat for Sanderson, number 13, Heron. And Jimmy's a pretty fast pitcher. There's a lot of really hard balls.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he usually averages like 85, 90.
Boyd caught him swinging on that one. So Heron's count is 0-2.
Yeah, we don't have a radar gun to tell us how
We did
fast
last
this-
week.
We did?
Last week we had 2.
Really?
Yes. That one is hit foul by Heron. Still 0-2. Swing and a miss by Heron
Make him look silly.
for the first out of this inning. Mustangs up 6-2.
Now up, number 24, Smiley for Sanderson.
You know, I've been talking about how the Middle Creek hasn't been, in much threat of Sanderson scoring, but if you think about it, they have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 extra base hit. They're going to be in the game 4-6.
Swing and a miss by Smiley. His count is 1-1.
Now, Jimmy's motion, what makes it couple with his fastball is the batter can't pick up the ball until it leaves his hand because he hides the ball behind his back, which is very difficult to pick up once it's thrown.
Smiley fouls that one off. Count is now 1-2.
So a baseball update. The top of the 6th, and Holly Springs has picked up 4 to take the lead from Wigfield Baseball, 6-4. There's no outs, and Holly Springs has a runner on second.
We're talking about Holly Springs again. They won the 4A state championship. They've had great success in baseball.
Yeah, definitely. Their pitcher last year,
Carlos.
yes, he was drafted, I think it was by NC State.
Yep.
And, he threw. He was a lefty, had great movement on his baseball, threw very hard.
Yeah, in Holly Springs, we played them a couple weeks ago and only lost 0-1, so it's not that bad.
No.
And Fuquay Baseball up at 8-1 in the top of the 7th at Riverside.
So full count for Smiley.
So we have a pretty good chance of seeing Holly Springs or Fuquay maybe in the playoffs. Both up. Looks like they're probably going to win.
That's a foul ball out of play as it comes close to hitting the light post, but no worries there.
At least it wasn't the parking lot this time.
I'm sure there will be a foul ball to the parking lot soon, so don't hold your breath.
And as I said that, it goes into the parking lot, so
I must have held my breath.
Yeah, probably.
Smiley hits that one in the parking lot. Still full count for him. And it looks
That looked like it was maybe a little bit inside, maybe a little bit up, maybe a little bit right down the middle. I
tough
don't
call.
know.
But now the bases are loaded for Sanderson. This is a dangerous position.
Yeah, definitely. The field is big enough where I don't think anybody's going to hit a home run, but definitely any extra base hit, any base hit is going to score 1 or 2.
And now up, number 20, Delaney for Sanderson.
And Jimmy's got his hands on his hips. Not happy about that ball. Doesn't like that one either, as it looks like he's almost in pain by the calls of the umpire as the stands gets into the heckling.
So a questioning 2-0 count for Delaney.
And it's important as a pitcher not to show displeasure with the umpire, just because the umpire can easily make some calls.
And Jimmy makes a great throw to home plate to throw out a Spartan on that play to keep the score at 6-2, Middle Creek leading. That was a great play by Jimmy.
Yeah, definitely. And with one Spartan down, there's only 299 left.
I thought that Jimmy was going to throw that a little over Austin's head there, but
Yeah, it looks like he maybe didn't have great control of the ball, but great job sticking with it. Great job by Austin tracking it at such close distance.
yep.
So if Jimmy can get through this one last out, that'd put another weight off his shoulders, just like it did off Toller, excuse me.
Either or. We know who you're talking about. Except it sounds like Tyler. So,
I'll go with Toller. from now
Tyler,
on.
good, yeah.
There is a pinch hitter for Sanderson, number 21, Porter.
So with 2 outs in this inning, Sanderson has a pinch hitter.
I don't know where that one missed, to be quite honest.
A lot of questionable calls this game.
You know what? We're winning. Can't complain too much, but definitely some balls that could have been strikes.
It's an unpredictable game. You just can't say anything. Like you said, don't hold your breath.
Well, yeah.
So 1-1 is the count for Porter. Swing and a miss by Porter. So that'll bring up strike 2. His count is 1-2.
All the pinch hitter has to do here is get a bat on the ball, just at least put it into play, make the infield, outfield, do some work, make them force them to get the out.
That was not agreed with.
And it, I think I found the umpire's cell phone. It says 1 missed call.
That's good.
So yeah, ground ball up the middle.
And he's going to be thrown out at first for the last inning. So closing this inning out with no harm done. Mustangs up 6-2. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mustangs taking their at-bat,
Wait,
Leading
no.
off is
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Leading off is number 1, Jimmy Boyd, and umpire might not be gracious with his calls here after Jimmy's reactions on the mound, so time to wait and see. I'm not looking to have Jimmy get in a fight with the umpires. I'm sure he might.
That would not be good for the rest of the playoffs.
It just wouldn't be good, period.
So Boyd's count is 1-0 on that first pitch is a ball. He hits that one into the softball field of death.
Always ominous.
So his count is even at 1-1. So now count is 2-1. Three and 1 is the count for Boyd.
It might be smart to walk him rather than getting like a double or a triple off of him. I'm sure they know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that at this point in the game, it's the bottom of the 6th inning. You need to go straight at the batters because you don't want to put anybody on base. You need to be willing to take some risks to get that out.
Now up, number 19, Keenan Herring.
Keenan tries to maybe fake bunt, maybe lay down an actual bunt. Some might say that with the lead of 4, that bunting might not be sportsmanlike. And to that I say, well, you're losing.
That is true. But Herring's count is 1-1 here.
As Jimmy gets a tremendous jump off that pitch, he was leaving even before the pitcher started to throw that ball.
It's a little hesitant, but
Yeah.
He got there.
He got there.
So 2-1 for Herring, or excuse me, 3-1 for Herring on that low pitch. So he will walk Herring on that. And now we have runners at first and second base.
Sanderson cannot afford to give up any more bases, any more runs, any more anything right at this point. They need to settle down, get their pitching, get their defense to step up, shut them down, and maybe produce some runs in their last at bat. Otherwise, they're going to go home first round.
So in the bottom of the 6th inning, Mustangs still up 6-2.
Austin Parker up.
At this point, I will admit it's become cold outside.
Thank you.
I'm not sure of the heat index, but it is past me being cold.
That one was thrown right down the middle for strike number 1 for Parker. Just thrown a little bit high. So for the first ball, 1-1 is the count. That one is tipped into the catcher by Parker. So his count is 1-2.
That pitcher tried to pick him off at second base. But nobody was even looking at the pitcher, so he throws it straight into the outfield, and Jimmy's able to advance to third base.
How many steals does he have today? I'm wondering.
Well, in technicality, these aren't considered steals. Any pass ball, any missed thrown ball, that's considered an advance via error. So under the steal column, he wouldn't be credited. They would just be marked in the book as a advancement via error.
He still has quite a bit of steals, though, right?
I'm sure he does. I'm not sure the exact number of this game. I know he just got one to get to second base by leaving before the pitcher even looked at him. But
Yeah, he gets huge leads.
yeah, it's part of the game. It can either pay off or bite you in the butt if you get caught on one of those steals.
So he rips that one to right field, and he will get a single off of that, and Herring will advance to third base.
So Middle Creek puts up another run, making it 2-7.
And there's still no outs.
Now up, David Salmon.
You know.
So Mustangs up 7-2, and there's still no outs in this inning.
It's like a backdoor curveball right there. Strike one.
And after this inning, Sanderson gets one more chance to score 5 runs.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a pinch runner for Austin Parker, number 26, Sani Rama. He's a sophomore.
Is he new to the team?
Yeah, he just made the team this year. I think he missed cut last year, but he's definitely been a great addition to both varsity and junior varsity. I mean, he played junior varsity most of the year, but got the call up to varsity for the playoffs, maybe for some pitching relief, and now he's out on first, pinch running.
It looks like that hit Salmon's foot on that, and he is limping.
What happened there is it was 0-2, and he swung the ball, but the ball actually hit him. So that's not going to be an automatic walk to first base. He's actually struck out on that, but it looks like he's in pain, and this could be a problem.
He's just limping off. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that hits off your foot. If you're not immediately down or need help off the field, it's just going to be sore in the morning. You're going to have a big old bruise, but I don't think it's going to be anything threatening for the rest of the playoffs.
Just got to walk it off. Looks like that's what he's doing. Now up, number 7, Blake Hunley.
So it was a little bit outside, so it was be a ball.
Almost hit him.
Almost. And he throws that one over the third baseman, and Herring will advance to home to score and put the Mustangs up 8-2.
Yeah, the catcher, recognizing the steal, was trying to catch the runner at third off guard, hoping that the runner at third would be expecting a throw out in second. Unfortunately, he threw it over the third baseman's head, allowing Keenan to score. As Middle Creek's pretty much wrapped this one up 2-8. It's going to take a
You never know.
yeah, it's going to take a miracle by Sanderson to come back and win this one.
So is that not a smart play by him? Because I've seen like he should have thrown it to second. Was anybody there?
He had a better chance of catching him at second.
Yeah.
I'd agree in this situation where the game's not very close. You just need to get outs. I personally would have thrown it down to second base, but it's coach's decision overall after that one. The coach will give the sign to the catcher on what he wants him to do. So maybe a little bit of coaching error, maybe a little bit of catching error, maybe a little bit of catching error over at third base. So
Just an error.
yeah, just an error by everybody. And that's a baseball thing right there. The count, he had 2 strikes on him, and he swung and missed it, which in softball that'd be strike 3, you're out. But since the catcher did not catch the ball, the runner has the ability to run to first, and if he runs to first before the catcher is able to get up and throw the ball to first, then he is safe. and that was the case there. So that does not count as an out. That is a runner on first and third.
I remember hearing a discussion about that. If the runner does decide to run to first, he doesn't really have the right to run. So if the catcher was trying to get him out at first and he hit him in the back, it wouldn't really do anything with it because he doesn't really have the right to go to first.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I think that would be treated almost as if it was like a bunt that got foul, but was fair. Like, it's hard to explain. A lot of people don't like the rule, as that's another pass ball back, so it's going to be 2-9. A lot of people are not happy with the rule. They feel that if you get struck out, and no matter where the pitch is, whether the catcher catches it or not, that it should be an out. And that's open for discussion not only in high school and college, but also in Major League.
Yeah, I've heard many discussions just about that, because I've seen so many people doing that, get hit in the back because just circumstances. And they didn't really do anything because that wasn't like they're earned.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. If the catcher were to hit him in the back, it would just be treated as a dead ball, and he'd get to first safely, I believe.
Okay.
As if Middle Creek scores 3 runs right here, we might not even have a 7th inning. It's going to be over by mercy rule.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if that applied to softball, though. That was
crazy.
I think the rule is that if you're up by 10 within the 5th or the 6th inning, then it's considered a mercy rule, as the pitcher has runner on second into Blake Hundley into a rundown, as he takes out the third baseman, and neither of them seem to be. Third baseman looks like he's hurt a little bit. Blake's fine.
That was a good try, though.
Yeah, I don't think his intent was really to be safe on that play. If you catch my drift. As looks like the coach isn't happy about that. So he's probably going to go talk to, looks like he's going to go talk to somebody, whether it be the pitcher or the umpire, about that.
So Mustangs up 9-2. 1 out left in this inning for them.
Up next is Colin Pelosi.
Yeah, and it looks like their coach is going to go check on their third baseman, make sure everything's fine. The bottom of baseball players' cleats are metal, so they have metal. I wouldn't call them spikes, although that's commonly what they're referred to because they're not pointed at the end. But if you get any metal going into you with force, it's gonna hurt, and that's caused several knees, shins, ankles to be shattered in the past.
And a baseball update: Wakefield baseball's time at bat ends without a hit. They're top of 7th, and High Springs leadoff hitter hits it over the right field fence. It's now 7-4.
Swing and a miss by Pelosi on that one.
That update was from Twitter, and as we all know, Twitter grammar isn't exactly the best.
It's impossible to read.
Pelosi's count is 1-1. Swing and a miss again by Pelosi to get the second out for him.
Yeah, the pitcher is going to try and get the third strike here. They're going to go for the third out. They're going to need to come up, make a major surge, and they're going to have to score. Going to be 7 runs just to tie it, 8 runs to win it. If Holly Springs baseball holds on, both the PAC-6 co-champs, the GNRC champs, and the GNRC runner-ups, and Cap 8 champs are all out in the first round. So it looks like a lot of champions and first runners-up are going to be eliminated.
Pelosi's count is even at 2-2. And he hits that one to center field, and it is going to be caught for the last out of this inning. So Mustangs did a lot of damage in that inning, going up 9-2. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 7th inning, which could be the last part of our game here with Sanderson being down 9-2.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot for them to come back and tie this one up.
A lot of Middle Creek errors, like a lot.
Oh, Middle Creek errors. We only have, according to the scoreboard, we only have one.
I mean, we need a lot of Middle Creek errors if they want to come back.
Oh, they need a lot of Middle Creek errors.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Jimmy pitching, I don't see much happening as that ball's hit into the second parking lot of Doom. No cars are safe.
I just got news that Fuquay Arena has won baseball against Riverside.
As that foul ball looked like it came very close to hitting the umpire where he would not enjoy being hit. So congrats to him. As even I flinched on that one right there.
Everyone just jumped.
You know what? Thank God for brick. Thank God for net. And maybe next time on ProCat or the
And auto repair shops.
and auto repair shops. There you go.
Swing and a miss by, didn't catch his name, Langston. So we'll bring the first out of this inning with just 2 outs left, and then we can wrap this game up.
The final score for Fuquay Arena softball against the Leesville Road, or against...
No.
Twitter. Well, they won 11-2.
And that is a strike.
So a lot of Tri-9 teams advancing tonight.
Our conference has always been a powerhouse of a conference, always very competitive, very rivalrific with each other, which I don't think
Rivalrific, I love that word.
it's not a word, but
I love it.
we're going to run with it.
But
Thank you, Mr. Kushner, for English too.
Nice
a
pitch.
swing and a miss by Adams to get the second out of English of the inning. You got the English word stuck in my head. That's why I said that.
Fuquay Arena defeated the Riverside Pirates. That's what it was on Twitter. 11-2.
Twitter, gotta love it.
Hashtags.
Hashtag confused. As, Jimmy might be looking to strike out the side here.
Number 8 Willard's up.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. He could probably tell you who hit what, who pitched, what inning.
So with 1 strike left,
Without it.
let's just say Willard is just trying to make something happen.
And there's not much you can do. You never want to be the last out, but yeah, somebody has to be it.
And you got to feel bad for the seniors that are on this team too. This is their last game playing as a part of Sanderson's team, as Guerrero's going to let that one go right through his glove.
Yeah, I mean, it's you always hate going out on a blowout, but as Middle Creek, they're gonna take the victory. You know, they got jumped up on them early, and it's their job. They need to get ahead, keep their lead, and not the other teams compete. Is that I think that was a.
It was a ball, yeah.
It looks like it might have been a strike, but
So 1-0 is the count for Hardy. So 1-1 is the count now as he throws the strike for the even count. A little bit low. The second ball.
Yeah!
And strike number 2.
Looked like the batter tried to pull his swing back. Umpire felt that he attempted to swing, and that is strike 2. And again with those 2s, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sanderson has 2 runs. Middle Creek and Sanderson both have 2 errors.
So full count now for Hardy as Boyd looks to
Close this one out.
took the words out of my mouth.
You can't have him back.
And he's going to walk him.
Yeah, well, it's going to take a grand slam or 2 for them to really make something out of this.
Or 2.
Or 3.
Or 4.
Nah, 3's
They would be winning at that point. So Silber at the plate.
That's a chopper to third base. This should do it.
And Scholler throws it to first to record the final out of this game. So Middle Creek will advance to the second round of the state playoffs. And we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some stats. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do some quick post-game stats. I'm going to give it to Taylor, and she has some stats for you guys. Taylor?
Well, I was just going to tell all of you guys that we play Wake Forest Roseville home at Mustang Field on Tuesday, May 15th. I believe we're playing home because we are the higher seed, but make sure you come watch.
So the next time you see us is Tuesday, playing Wake Forest Roseville. So for Taylor Ergel and Will Giddis, I'm PJ Bellantoni. Thank you for watching the Sports Block.
You guys have a good night.